Welcome pros. This video is how to use Docusign, and it picks up from where we've already gone to web forms, filled out all our info, and now we're using the power of technology to get documents signed. And we are technologically enhanced agents. Our time is valuable, and if we can save time driving and getting deals done, then that's the way to go. So I'm going to continue here to Docusign. Actually, let me take a few steps back. So we're going here. We go to Web Forms. Let me show you how I did this. So we have here a transaction kit. Let's say it's all filled out. And over here, you want to click Send to Docusign. And then that will prompt you to log into your Docusign, and it'll populate everything for you. Now, just a disclaimer here. My personal opinion is that the first time you're working with a client, it's a good habit, in my opinion, to fill out paperwork, to have the paperwork filled out, print it, and then have them sign while physically present. Take your time, go through the document, and get them to sign in front of you. It's remember, we do this day in, day out. Buyers and sellers have the jitters naturally when they sign paperwork. So we need to be there to comfort them, to nurture them, and to explain to them what it means that they're signing. And we need to be crystal clear about when they cannot pull out. So when you sign the final waiver, let them know, hey, by signing this, I can still get you out. And let them know that once we sign the waiver, I will let you know that, hey, this last document, you signed this, and we have firmed up, and that means that the sale is complete. Or the sale is final, and we're waiting for the closing date to happen. This is a repeat client of mine. We've done paperwork in person, and we're at a point where they have no problem pulling the trigger and signing paperwork. And so that's what we're going to do. Here we are. We're going to add recipients. First, I'm going to be putting my name. Then we're going to add the seller. And because we've signed before using this medium, they are easily and readily populated. So we're signing Form 801, signature and date signed. That's signed Form 801. Now we scroll down to the Conformation of Cooperation. Going to go to my client. Client will initial here. That's me. I initial here as the buyer's agent. I also sign here and date here. And I trust that although I have this in writing, I don't have this in writing, pardon me, and I trust I won't need to, because a picture is worth 1,000 words. And since a video is a string of photos flickering very quickly, it's worth many thousands of words. So page 1 we're initialing. Page 1 we initial. It's just that easy. If you have if you have a husband and wife or a couple, then you can just have them initial next to each other, and these fields move. Okay, continue. Initial, signature of the buyer, date. I like to fill out the acknowledgement and date it when I'm doing the buying. It's to set the expectation that you will be accepting our offer, and so we've proactively assigned that. Now let's say you needed to, I'm going to show you a feature. Let's say you needed to cross out a clause. I mentioned, you'll hear me mention that it's a good practice to include the financing condition, even though your seller may be pre-qualified, even though your seller may be paying outright in cash, like this one is. So let's say this is not the financing condition, this is a different condition. Let's pretend it's financing. You can use Docusign here to strike it out. And there's more than one way to strike it out. You can also click the text feature, make a big text box, and put a bunch of X's, and use the formatting here to make them bigger. So look at that. So you can cross it out using the markup tool by creating lines, or you can use the text feature. You write a box, and then you can have your customer initial. next to removing an item. This also works, so I'm going to delete all of this. This also works when you want to cross out. Let me go back to page 1. Let's say we're doing a sign back. You can go here, put a line through this, go to text, put this in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then get your customer and have your customer initial. So this field will be in my control, and I'll be able to fill that in. The other field, and it's a different color, is where my seller or buyer will initial. Again, I can do that here also. I draw a line, put a text field, and I can write what I want. And then I put my seller, this is my seller, or this is my client, whether they're buyer or seller, and then they initial over here. So I change this. So that the beauty here is I can get them to initial, and then we can call them, and then I can change the number here and have it all done. So again, we're going to clear all these because we're not doing that right now. Scroll down. Schedule A, we want our client, our buyer, to initial schedule A. They need to initial schedule B. Initial of the buyer. And more schedule B. Okay. Schedule B is just a fancy way of saying that your client will not earn any interest on their deposit. Our office does not use Schedule B anymore. It's become obsolete. Most trust accounts for listing brokerages are non-interest bearing. And so Schedule B, you will notice, is going to be a dying form when it talks about interest. So that's it. I filled out everything. I can press send, and my client has it. I will call my client now and tell them, hey, check your inbox. We're ready to sign. And you see it brings me back to the web forms, which is where I got to Docusign through the web forms by clicking this link. And after finishing what I have to do with Docusign, I'm right back here. Hope this was helpful. This is Walid El Sayed. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and click on the description for more info and step-by-step directions where needed. This is a video where I do not have step-by-step directions, just a video explanation. So again, if you found it useful, like and subscribe. This is Walid El Sayed signing off, reminding us all to have a productive day.